Welcome back to ESP Speak Season 4. And Jack, we missed you. Heaven knows we've all been through so much the last couple of months. Hell, the last year. Jax and I wanted to make sure that when we came back with an amazing theme and an amazing thread for our show. So this season, we decided to take a closer look at you. Wouldn't it be interesting if we spent the entire season looking at ordinary people doing extraordinary things? Under our current circumstances, ordinary everyday people have been reshaping, refitting, and changing their lives out of pure necessity. And the results are extraordinary and sometimes phenomenal. But before I introduce our first guest, let's reintroduce my co-host and my definitely comical half, Jack.
This video is being recorded. I asked to be recorded.
And ladies and gentlemen, there she is.
I'm here.
Hey, how are you?
I am good. How are you, beautiful? Look at her face. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. How's everything?
Everything is fine. Listen, my head is so big right now. I need to hold it up.
Your head, look, my head is filling the crystal ball.
And you look amazing as always. It's so wonderful to see you. I mean, I've seen you in other contexts, but it's always nice for us to have the same thing happening. And you're still away. So we can't do a live in the same place, but we'll get there. But I'm excited.
She says I'm away. I'm in the boonies. Just call it what it is. I don't get down to the city much anymore, but yeah, I mean, hopefully one day we can get together and do this together. But outside of that, it's always good to be here with you.
Thank you so much. We're going to have a great season.
Run that back. I don't even know what I just said.
This is Jax. I'm 90% of the time laughing, and it's all good and it's all wonderful. And we're excited about coming back this season and filling your life with a little bit of a sparkle, as well as filling our lives with some sparkle. And you know what? We're focusing on you this season. It's all about you. It's all about the wonderful things that you do. It's all about how you refit your life after this pandemic and what are you doing. And Jax and I are going to be checking in. And as usual, we have Jaxology to look forward to as well. So Jax, what do you have in store for us this season on Jaxology?
Well, this season I am moving forward with my baby, my show, All Jaxed Up, and a bunch of interesting characters coming up, and I'm still doing some consumer reviews because I think it is important when you're shopping that you get the best value for your money. So I do some reviews on my channel and stuff, and just trying to keep it light and airy. It's been a rough tumble season, and so we coming back, and all we want to do is the pleasing. You understand? Yeah, but that's what I'm doing, and just focusing on All Jaxed Up. So I hope you guys will join my YouTube channel and check it out, and also you'll see some segments here on ESP Speaks. We will be definitely catching up throughout the season of ESP Speaks, and hopefully I can bring a little levity to the situation. Let me tell you, those four girls are stressful, but I miss them. So I'm hoping that I can kind of sneak them in here and there. I tell you what, this ain't easy. I've never said I'm a comedian. I have such respect for comedians. I really do. especially now with, all the cancel culture and everything going on, they can barely say a word. But I'm not a comedy writer, but I try. I do the best I can. So I'm trying to develop some stuff for the Four Chicks. But them girls, they are high maintenance. They really are.
Well, it's always been a natural ability with you. And I know you're going to come up with something, especially you have to do your Christmas show. And you got to air it here because we always look forward to that every year, Jax.
No pressure. No pressure.
Well, whatever you decide to do, we'll be here for you because you're a part of the family. And it just doesn't feel right without the chicks and without your stuff. So we're looking forward to everything that you have this year.
I appreciate that. And before I escape out of here, I just want to let you guys know that you can always catch ESP Speaks. She's coming up with a fabulous new season. And I'm going to let you know how you can connect with her and me and it and the show. You can check us out on Anchor, Spotify, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Now, if that's not enough for you to find us, I don't know what to tell you.
And when you go to our YouTube channel, you always click subscribe. Let us know that you're there. Send us a little note to ESP and Jax.
Absolutely.
So, Jax, you're going to hang out for the rest of the show and watch the guests that we have coming up?
Absolutely. Are you cooking? What's cooking? What's cooking?
Yeah,
Because I'm hungry.
It's a surprise. So I don't know yet, but we're getting ready to go into the kitchen. I'm going to go change, and then we're going to go into the kitchen and make something really fabulous and talk to Vanessa, the Veganese. Remember we had her on last season?
Yes. She's amazing.
So after our show, her whole vibe just went through the roof. So I'm excited to have you back with us, and I'm excited to have all of you here. So stay tuned. We'll be back in 2 seconds.
Reminder that transitioning into the vegan lifestyle is not really about finding meat and dairy substitutes. It is about incorporating more fruits, whole foods, and vegetables into your daily lifestyle. So please reevaluate the reason why you want to eat cleaner, the reason why you would want to embark on the vegan lifestyle, and hold true to that, stay true to that, and don't always look for the alternatives to your old diet.
Peace and blessings, family. I am with Vanessa Wilson, otherwise known as the Veganese. We've been talking about her. We have met her before, and I just did a brief synopsis of what her journey was, but now you get to
see and talk to her yourself. So we're going to be making a wonderful dish. I'm going to just kind of step out the way and let her do her thing.
Okay, so I guess I'll start by just going over the ingredients. I kept it really, really, really simple for you all. Okay, so we have our kale greens here, and we're just going to begin by washing and removing the leaves from the stalks. So all we're going to need is red onion or onion of your choice. Okay, zucchini and a tomato. That's it. Now with this salad, you can, of course, make it your own. You can add any other raw vegetables such as mushrooms, squash, even cilantro, right? And yeah, you can make it your own. But I just wanted to keep it really simple for you guys because I know that most people already have these ingredients in their refrigerator.
Awesome.
So as you can see, I'm just removing the leaves from the stalk. And like I said, this may take a little bit of time, so it's not something that you want to rush and do. I love taking my time with this.
Is there a proper way to do it? Is there a specific way to do it?
No.
Because I see you're breaking the kale off of the spine.
Yeah.
Now, is that something that we're going to keep after? Can we use that still?
You can definitely use that for like your juices. It's more fibrous. You can also keep it in the salad as well. I just don't particularly, it's not my favorite thing to do because it's very chewy and fibrous, but you can definitely use the entire plant.
Okay. So V.
Yes.
I know we're cooking, but I do have an ulterior motive to have you with me on screen today because I really want to talk about this wonderful new thing that I see that you're doing online. You have a whole new program.
I do, and it's so exciting. It's so exciting.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Of course. So first of all, my journey is so colorful. My journey is so fun to talk about, and we would literally be here for days. So I'm going to try to streamline it for you guys. But I basically got my start here in the kitchen. You know, my personal journey, being a vegan for 7 years. I had to teach myself a lot.
You know what? Now that you tapped on that.
Yes.
Because not everyone in the audience knows the full journey.
Okay. So. Yes. So we're going to go back to go forward,
yes.
Right?
Tell us about your heavier days.
Ooh, I didn't know we were sitting there.
Yeah, we're going there.
Yes, honey. So a lot of people may not know, and sometimes I forget as well because I've transitioned so much in my journey, but I was actually 60 pounds heavier than I am right now.
And you're kind of teeny.
Yeah, very teeny.
What's your height?
I'm 4'11".
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Packaged very small, but you know what they say about those. Okay.
Yeah. No, what do they say?
Okay. Small things. Big things come in small packages. That's right. So that's why we do big things. But yeah, I was 60 pounds heavier than I am right now. And, you know, at a point, it was just like, you know exactly what to do, right? You know you're not happy. You know you don't feel good. You know you feel heavy. You know, I was having a lot of back pains. And, you know, this was like my early college days, you know, even in high school. Like, this is how I grew up. And it dawned on me, this is all about your lifestyle. You can make the change if you want to. So I literally just set the intention and I got started on my wellness journey, which at that time looked like running for 30 minutes a day. And I wasn't vegan yet, but I was cutting out all the junk food, all the sugary drinks and things of that nature, and really starting to introduce more fruits and vegetables into my diet. And so within 2 months, I slimmed down, or I lost, I should say, 50 pounds.
In 2 months?
In 2 months.
Wow.
So this is really where the magic began. And I got really excited and really inspired. And I was like, yes, okay, you can do anything. And so my spiritual journey started to deepen. And this is, you know, the correlation, right, that I teach now. Our diets, the effect that they have on our spiritual development, because this is what I saw through my journey. So,
hold on.
yes.
Give us that one more time.
Oh, yes. The effect that our diet has on our spiritual development. It's something that we forget to connect. You know, we forget to connect the dots. So, you know, my journey, my life's journey now, or purpose rather, is to remind us to connect the dots of what we eat and how it affects our entire lives, whether we realize it or not.
So in connecting the dots,
Yes.
did you realize that you needed to begin connecting the dots spiritually as well? Or did that just kind of happen along the journey?
A little bit of both. So it started out by just happening. I mean, I've always been spiritually in tune, but I didn't have the language for it, right?
Yeah.
No one teaches us this. I didn't really know. You know, yeah, I come from a family of God, but more so religion. And so it kind of just happened first, and then I started to connect the dots. Like, oh, it's because I'm eating well that I'm able to gain clarity over my life, or that I have increased energy, or that, you know, I feel fulfilled in what I do, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Just to be clear, family, I walked into a store 4 years ago that I had never been in before, and there was this wonderful positive energy behind the counter. And we just started talking, and I saw something so special in this young lady. And she decided, you know what? I was an energy that she wanted to be near. She was an energy that I wanted to be near. We exchanged numbers, we exchanged information, and I said, I'll be in contact. I went to her Instagram page. At that point, she had maybe 175 people on her Instagram page.
Yeah.
And I watched. I said, I see what she's doing, and she very in your face, very brash, but you know what? Not in an offensive way. It was truth, and it was her truth, and I respected that. And people were responding to that, and I said, let me wait. My show took off, and things started to speed up, and I went and looked at her again, and she was at 475. So, oh, that's interesting. Within the course of maybe 4 months, I watched her go from 175 to 900. And then I said, you know what? It's time for you to come on.
Yeah.
And we did a show in April.
In April. Yep.
That show, I think we did 1,200 hits that night.
Wow.
And the next time I went on her Instagram page, it was 4,000 people following her.
Not sure if it's just me, but if it is, it's cool. I'm finding that I'm really grossed out by sex at this point in my life. And I think it's because collectively we're not acknowledging the implications of unhealed people getting together and sharing sacred exchanges. Don't get me wrong, the concept of sex is beautiful. We need to collectively acknowledge that safe sex goes beyond wearing condoms and getting checked out at the clinic. Safe sex is also about not passing around the dis-ease of unhealed trauma and baggage.
Family. I give you gifts when I can, and I give you good gifts.
Oh my gosh.
There's something so incredible because, it was an ordinary experience, me walking into a store, and here is something extraordinary that has come from this experience because we have a whole new person here. There's a whole new journey. And I would love for you to tell them about these teaching experiences that you're growing into and what's happening in your life now, because that's really what this show is about.
Yeah.
Your expansion and your growth. So tell us how we got to that.
You see, I can't stop cheesing. You pour so much life into me. Oh my gosh, this is so fulfilling. And I have to say that I'm just so grateful to be able, I literally wake up every day and this is such a blessing that I have the opportunity to do things like this and to connect with not just people, but like women.
Wow.
Women like you. So inspiring. So I just want to just take a smidgen of a moment to pour back into you and just
I'm
say
so
thank you
honored.
so much.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. You know we could do this all day.
Yes, we could.
So
And we usually do. So we're going to go back to the food.
food.
I'm going to step out of frame because I want to get everything with her. I want to get the food. I want to get the journey and just talk, baby.
Okay,
Just
so
let them know because she's leaving for Brazil, Peru in like 48 hours. So.
Yeah, so I told you a little bit of the backstory about how I got started in my personal journey. And the thing about, you know, the personal journey is how it unfolds to be the medicine that you're able to give to the world. And so that's what that started to unfold for me. And I said, okay, I have to, you know, not have to, but I can do something with this. You know, people are coming to me and looking for answers and wanting to know how to change their lifestyle for the better, wanting to know how to get into, you know, their wellness journey and their spiritual journey. So, you know, I just put on that hat and I started out with a vegan meal prep service. From there, I, you know, was my mission was to get people to really, or introduce people to the fact that vegan food can be tasty. It doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be this bland narrative that we've been passing down generation to generation and making excuses for the unhealthy food that we keep within our culture. So that was really my mission, and it was coming from a place, it was coming from my heart space. And so I started to do it. Something that is a labor of love, and I wanted to give that to the community, but in a more sustainable way. So what happened was I got burnt out from cooking and feeding people, and I said, how can I make this more sustainable, and how can I create the same impact or even a bigger impact? And so I started a coaching business, helping people to transition into the vegan lifestyle by way of mindful practices, holistic practices, and of course, mindful eating. So that's where we are today. I can definitely expand what the program is about. But before I do that, let's get back into the food. Obviously, in 2021, veganism is a hot commodity, right? It's the newest thing that, you know, everyone is on. We can go to fast food restaurants and get plant-based options, right? There's a lot of processed options to eating vegan. And so because I gave you guys the backstory onto, you know, how important veganism was in my journey and the effect it had on my spiritual development, you know, I wanted to communicate to my community that no, it's not just about this processed vegan, right? We want to be eating whole foods. We want to be eating foods directly from Mother Nature. And so through that, I was like, we're going beyond vegan, right? Because my mission is no longer to just get everyone to eat vegan. My mission is really for us to get to that spiritual enlightenment that we're all looking for, because that's what it is. That's why we're here. And we can do that through the food.
Wow.
Yes.
You don't think about that, baby.
Absolutely not. It's incredible. And you know, the name came to me, and the inspiration behind the name all came to me, but it was also a play on this beyond meat, right? You know, like that's the in thing. Everyone wants to substitute their meat with this, again, processed, quote unquote, plant-based alternative. And we can use mushrooms, we can use nuts, we can use really things that Mother Nature has given to us. So yes, that is the name of my 7-week program. And the object, to reiterate, is to bridge the gap between the foods that we eat and the effect that they have on our spiritual development. And so what we do is go through using the chakra system. So for those of you who may not know, the chakras are, you know, energy centers within the human body. So each of the chakras can tell us certain things that are going on in our lives. And so it's a whole new approach on veganism and eating, holistic healing, holistic eating. And we just go through week by week to help us, you know, clear our vessel to be able to, let's say, accelerate our manifestation so that we can bring our dreams into this physical reality. So we're going deep.
You know, you are one of the few individuals that really had this achievement and life goal come to a pinnacle during a pandemic.
Oh, talk about it.
There are people who are really just, their lives are falling apart. They don't have the spiritual, mental, physical fortitude to deal with the situation at hand.
Right.
And here you go, building a business on all three of the platforms that I just said. And that's extraordinary.
Wow.
Now, one of the reasons that I asked for you to come in today and to do this show was to give our audience, our family, hope.
Wow.
And show them that it actually does work. Especially, listen, let's be, I'm gonna be you for a minute, because you always in your face and talking real truth here for our people. Because there's a bunch of sisters out there lamenting that, oh my God, I'm overweight, I gained all of this weight because of the pandemic and the extra 20 pounds, 40 pounds, and they're not doing anything about it. And the simple thing is, instead of laying on the couch not working, which some of us are in a situation where we're still not working, but you're still drinking the soda, you're still drinking the high fructose corn syrup, iced tea, you're still having the fat back and the bacon, you're still eating all of the bread, you tried keto for 22 seconds and said, oh, it's not working for me. You went on Weight Watchers and I don't want to track things. How about, it's not about the industry and what they prescribe for us. It's about you just stopping and taking stock of who you are, what you are, and what you can do, and do it naturally. And that's what you represent to me.
Yes. Well,
you are the end result of taking charge of your own life.
yes.
And then decided, and this is another thing that we don't do as a community, we do things for ourselves and it works. And then we don't want to tell anybody else about it. But now here you go and said, you know what? This is such a life-changing thing. I don't want it just to happen for me. I want it to happen for everybody else. So universe, show me how, God, show me how to interpret it to other people. And this is exactly what you're doing now. And this is my give back, because I see that. I saw you back then when you began this journey. And as a bigger sister, as an older sister, as a more mature sister, as a sister who has the capability and a platform, it's up to me. It's my responsibility to make sure that I assist you in sending that information out into the rest of the world. So show them, boo.
Yeah.
Show them.
Yes.
So let's go back to that 7-day program now.
Through.
Because how are we getting into it? How are my ladies and gentlemen tapping into you? And what do we need to do? Because it starts right here in the home, in the kitchen.
I love that. Thank you, sis. So yes, right now you can only find me on Instagram at _veganese. That's VEGANEASE. And literally just DM me and say, hey, I'm interested in the program. Otherwise, if you're not on Instagram, you can send me an email at vanessawilsoncoaching@gmail.com. Okay, so that's how you can reach me. Just send me a personal message, and we can begin the process of getting you enrolled. This is actually starting November 29th. So if you are interested, we are doing pre-enrollments right now, and we want to get you in the door because we're ready to transform, okay? I purposefully made the start date after Thanksgiving, so go ahead, have your fun, because I know how we like to do it. But, you know, if you're serious about, one of the things that I actually wanted to expand on that you said is that, you know, when we find that something works for us, we don't, you know, extend it to the community, right? And we can go, there's a psychological reason why we do that, especially as Black people. But I just wanted to tap into that because that is the real beauty. When you start to really realize that giving is so much more fulfilling than receiving.
Exactly.
Ooh, honey, you will tap into something otherworldly. So I just wanted to extend on that. But yeah, we want to get you in the door. And also, a lot of us, we're obviously approaching the new year. So don't wait till January 1st to start working on 2022. That's why it doesn't work. That's why these New Year's resolutions don't work, right? Start fine-tuning your thoughts and your goals to reflect beyond, right, the next couple of months. Let's start now. So yes, if you are interested, you know where to find me, and I am so excited to help you out on your journey.
And on that note, family, we're going to take a quick break.
We're back with ESPP and the wonderful, which is Vanessa Wilson, the Veganese. And you can find her at the Veganese. Well, wait, let me get the underscore.
Yeah.
You do
Yeah, I'll do it. The _Veganese on Instagram, or you can contact me via email at vanessawilsoncoaching@gmail.com.
all of that.
Yeah.
And we're going to put it in the comment field, and we're going to put it on the flashcards, and we're going to run that commercial again at the end so you can see the whole program that she's been talking about, because I really want you guys to get involved with this. It's a wonderful thing. It's an ordinary, everyday person just like you who decided to tap into their inner selves and see the greatness and be extraordinary. So, without further ado, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to get out of her way because I'm hungry and I want to get some of this good, plant-based, good for me grub here.
Yes.
All right, so
The beautiful thing about this, and this is why I say this is also something that you can do with your family in the kitchen. You can get your kids involved because we're working with our hands in our food. This is what's missing when we get food from outside, okay? You don't know who's preparing it. You don't know the energy. And so when you do things like this, you have the opportunity to infuse your own energy, your own love. The reason why I love to just bring the awareness back and just remind us that the food is what's affecting our lives is because we do forget that. And a lot of the times you eat somewhere, you get a bellyache and you're like, what is that? Or, you know, you get home to your partner and like, y'all just got stale energy or nasty energy. And it's like, yeah, this is very valid to think about the energy that's being infused in our food. So to bring it back, right, full circle, you know, let's begin by defining food, because food is not just limited to this beautiful salad here. Food is not limited to what we put in our mouths. It is anything we consume through our sensory perception. Anything that you're looking at, anything that you're reading, anything that you're listening to, anything, all of the energies that you surround yourself with, you know, the people, the atmosphere, all of these things are considered food, because we not only have this beautiful physical body, we also have a spiritual body. We have an emotional body. So this is why we go through the things that we go through, and we just think it's all these outside factors. Oh, it's the government. Oh, it's COVID. Oh, it's name X, Y, you know, just insert name. No.
Y'all can see her shirt. It says for vegan men only, because she's vegan. We have to find the proper balance in this situation. You want to change your lifestyle. You want to change how you consume everything, not just your food, your thoughts. You have to be with a partner that's willing to do the same thing if you're in a relationship.
I love it. Yes, and we brought it back to the shirt. Okay, yes. And I want you guys to also take note. Yes, we having this deep, beautiful conversation for the community, but look how long I've been massaging this scale, right? And all of the gems and the value that we're adding through this conversation is getting infused in this salad. So, you know, this is why I wanted to do this for you all, so that you can see the entire process. So what we're going to do next.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Because you just hit on another tradition that's lost. In our community, that's why the women were in the kitchen all together telling the stories, talking and lifting each other up. That's missing from our communities right now. When was the last time you saw a Black family outside of Thanksgiving and Christmas? Maybe. Where the young ladies were learning how to grate the peas, because they would be snapping the peas.
I'm glad that we're able to touch on it a little bit, because that's the nature of my business too. It's a soulful business. It's one thing to start a business, but if your heart is not in it, if you're really truly not trying to touch and reach people with a purpose, then you know the integrity is being compromised.
So let's get back to this program that you just developed, which is a 7-week program.
A 7-week spiritual and physical program. It's a 7-week course called Beyond Vegan with V, the intention. And as you can see, I'm very intention oriented. I don't do nothing just to do it. Okay, I poured in all my heart into this program to connect the dots between our diets and the effect that they have, the effect that it has on our spiritual development. So if you are, you know, just going through the day to day, bored with the mundane, you want to elevate your life in any way, you know, you need to make a change, you know, you need to do something, but you don't know where to start, you know, or maybe you do have an idea, or maybe you know, your day-to-day is cool, you got a little routine going, but you really, again, want to take it to the next level. You want to start to bring those huge dreams into your physical reality through the manifestation process. We're going in using the chakra system, learning the characteristics that each chakra has on the effect that it has on our lives, and really diving into the different foods and practices that we can use to cleanse and activate those chakras. And we're going up from the root all the way up to the crown chakra. The crown chakra is at the top of our head. So that's where the divine literally pours in. So as you see me speaking, I promise you it's not me. I'm just a vessel. So I want to show my people how to access this within themselves. And we're doing that through this 7-week program beginning November 29th. Please, yes, get into it.
So it's for us. Well, listen, when I talk about course and with something like this, I have to be very careful, because this is something that's going to change your life. This is something that you're doing for your future. It's not just about losing weight. It's about losing and gaining. It's about getting the junk out and bringing the life in. So you can't really put a price tag on that. So I have to be very careful how I ask this question. But I know you know what I mean. So delicately let them know that it's not going to take them. They don't have to put an insurance policy and give their firstborn child to them.
Well, everyone's financial situation looks differently. I'm a firm believer or firm knower that we invest in things that we value. So I know my value, right? We'll start there. I know my value. I know what was put into this program. I've also know I've run this program 3 times already and the impact it has made on individuals. And so I say that to say it is an investment. It is not again, I won't say whether or not, people can, I make it affordable. We do have payment options available. But again, if this is something that you are ready to do, because here's the thing, I don't want to work with anyone who I'm pulling teeth and you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to convince them to make this investment in yourself. No, sometimes you're not ready to jump and take that leap to make an investment in yourself or in your personal journey. And that's okay. Maybe this round is not for you. But if you are ready, that's who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to the individuals who know that they have something and they want to alchemize this energy. They want to just press go and just go, but they need some direction. You may need some guidance. You may feel like you need some mentorship. You may even feel like you need community and you need some tools. You need some accountability, right? So if this is what you feel like you need and I'm speaking to you and you are ready to make that investment, I'm not here to convince you to make an investment. Only you know that you are ready to do this.
Yeah, there's that sister who does need this conversation. And there's a brother that needs this conversation that doesn't know how to reach out to get this information. We are speaking to you. This is for you as well. You're not going to feel like you're in a girly girl group and oh my Lord, no. We are respecting each other on a spiritual level.
This is me stepping in my power, my full power as my role as a divine feminine and saying, this is what I have to offer my community, both men and women. So this is for the divine masculine as well. If you really feel ready, if you're ready to invest in yourself, and you feel like you need a space, it's not just, a woman's circle and you might feel out of place. No, there are men literally already enrolled in the program as well.
And we're back. This is ESP and ESP Speaks, and I'm here with the lovely, wonderful, engaging Vanessa, the Veganese. And we're about to tie this up. Goodness, yeah. And we're making this beautiful, I can't even call it a salad. It's a work of art. It's something easy that you could make. So we're going to post the recipe for you as well. And the whole thing, if you didn't get what we were doing, we were engaging. We need to bring the food experience back into the kitchen so we can control what we're putting into our bodies and become involved and be in the conversation with your little sister, with your daughter, with your son, whomever. The conversation over the food is part of the experience of healing so many things on so many levels. We're healing self, we're healing family, we're healing community, we're healing my hungry belly. So on that note, we still have one more piece to the recipe to make. So I'm going to step out and let her get going, but we're back.
You guys are going to see how simple this is as well. So we have Brazil nuts. Brazil nut is an alkaline nut. If you guys are familiar with Dr. Sebi, he talks about eating alkaline food to electrically charge the body. So we're using a Brazil nut base for this sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and toss it in my blender. You guys, if you have a NutriBullet or any blender, it's fine for this recipe. I have a pinch of pink Himalayan sea salt. Okay. I have some of the dry herbs that I was using earlier in the salad. So I'm just gonna we gonna be generous with that. And then we have some red onion. So the same red onion, and I'm just gonna peel that in there. I just want to connect that. We talk about how expensive veganism can be or eating plant-based. This was one onion, okay? For the salad, that can literally feed about 4. It's probably like 4 servings, okay? So we have all of our ingredients in our blender, and I would be remiss if I did not mention sea moss. So a lot of people wonder how they can consume sea moss. This is a way. So if you guys don't know, now you know that I definitely supply sea moss from the beautiful island of Antigua. And I'm just gonna, yes, the alignment, y'all. The alignment. Yes. So we're going to, again, just pour some water into our mixture here, into our blender. And we want pretty much like equal parts. And we can plate it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So here's what.
So I'm getting. What are you gonna do? That's awesome.
Isn't this beautiful?
It's really pretty. Oh my goodness.
You can be as generous as you want. I really like my stuff nice and rich and creamy. So, okay. We're going to be the queen. So, first thing here, right, to finish up our salad, we're going to just top it with a little key lime juice. And what key limes do is help to detoxify the body, gets rid of mucus, and brings out the nutrients in the food. So, you always want to top your food with key limes. Key limes got the seeds, y'all. All right. Now the drink, what ties all of this in together is water. We're literally eating our water here. So to further our hydration, right? The reason why we experience a lot of the illnesses and a lot of even the mental clog that we do, or fog rather, that we do in our lives is because we're not hydrated enough. So this is a way to eat your water. And so we have some fresh seeded cucumber that we are going to just put in our glass here. And you can make this fancy or not. And then we're going to get some key lime juice. So it's kind of like a cucumber lemonade.
So the drink is part of the salad as well.
Yeah, it can
Wow.
be. Yeah. And so we're just going to pour our spring water in here. Now for added effect, you can let this sit, for, 30 minutes or so for the water to really be infused. But that's literally it, y'all.
So that's cucumber,
Yeah.
key lime,
Yeah.
and spring water.
Yes.
And that is going to enhance the taste of the kale.
The nutrients, rather.
Okay.
The nutrients.
And once again, for those who just tuned in, this is kale, onion,
Zucchini
zucchini,
and tomato.
and tomato. Wow, that's really simple.
Very simple.
Okay, but see, I'm on my vegan journey, and the fork is like, can I taste this?
Okay, I want to say one more thing before you do, because I just want to let folks know that, if this is not enough for you, that you can pair this with some cooked quinoa and maybe like a fried oyster mushrooms or stewed oyster mushrooms or anything like that to really complete the meal. Also chickpeas. You can do a lot with chickpeas. You can add it into the salad so that the meal is complete itself. But honestly, for me, this is enough. And yes, queen, you can take it.
But you're killing me. You're talking about all of this food, and all I just want to do is taste this salad that we've been working on for the last hour. Oh my God. It's amazing. So guys, sorry. We're going to put this in the comments. We're going to put it on ESP Speak so you'll have the recipe. Enjoy. Thank Vanessa, the Veganese, for coming to visit us again. When she gets back from Peru, she's going to come back and visit us because I wanted to have her do, you guys have been asking me about vegan. I'm going to give it to you. My brand new kitchen. She's going to come in and she's going to make a couple of dishes for you. So you'll be happy. I'm happy. I'm going to go eat.
We have Beyond Vegan with Me, which is a 7-week food coaching course that helps you transition into the vegan lifestyle, as well as reach spiritual clarity within your journey. If you want more information about that and how to enroll, please go to my Instagram at _veganese. We're going to have the information below. And also, if you're not on Instagram, you can email me at vanessawilsoncoaching@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and having me. Thank you, Queen, for this wonderful opportunity.
It's a joy to have you here. I love you guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks for stopping by ESP Speaks. And remember, you're not just ordinary, you're extraordinary.
Wow, good day, family.
Guess who I'm with? I'm with Vanessa Williams. No, I'm not. Take two.
It's what you get for not preparing.
I tried to do it. Yes, I charged that shit for 6 hours.
Hey, this will make for a great outtake reel. What you think?
That you do want to do and you can set aside some time. Okay, so that.
But Jack, tell them we're the other. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get a recharge. I can't. So, Jax, what have you been up to with your channel?
No, she don't. Okay. Scene.